Hello everyone, my name is Jasdeesh and the topic for my today's presentation is overpopulation and culture. So what does overpopulation mean? Overpopulation occurs when a species population exceeds the carrying capacity of its ecological niche. So what are the most populated countries in the world? Number 1, China with around 1.4 billion, followed by India with 1.3 billion, US with 321 million, Indonesia with 262 million, and Brazil with 208 million. What is culture? Culture is a word for way of life of group of people, meaning the way they do things. A culture is passed on to the next generation by learning, whereas genetics are passed on by heredity. Culture is seen in people's writing, music, religion, cooking, clothes, and in what they do.
Let's talk about my culture and from where do I belong. I belong from India, which has 1.3 billion people, 29 states, 7 union territories, 1652 spoken languages, and at least 9 recognized religions. I belong from the state of Punjab, which holds a unique culture and is partially different from the other states. In this slide, I'm going to talk about overpopulation and how it affects culture. Overpopulation leads to lack of opportunity for everyone, which ultimately causes brain drain from the country. Brain drain ultimately breaks the passing on of the cultural norms, which may lead to lack of cultural knowledge in the future generation. I would like to relate this topic of overpopulation and culture with myself. In India, if a student is holding a government college degree, it is more likely for him that he'll get a job. So, 50 to 70% of seats in Indian government college are reserved for the students who belong to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and OBC. However, it becomes difficult for the rest of the population who belongs to the general caste to get in a government college. I also wanted to get in an Indian government college. I applied in around 10 colleges but couldn't get into one. I graduated from my high school with 80%, but shockingly, the cutoff in every college was above 90%. Left with no choice, I had to migrate from India to Canada. Why did I and why do people migrate to Canada? According to the 2016 census, 7.5 million foreign born people came to Canada through the immigration process. They represented more than 1 in 5 people in Canada. With a population of only 38 million, Canada provides more opportunities for a better life. Canada provides numerous countless job opportunities for qualified and skilled immigrants. It offers most sporting social security benefits programs for immigrants and their families. What are the possibilities of cultural differences between generations? For this, I would like to start on with an example. So, almost every immigrant who migrates to Canada wants to settle here in the future. Possibilities are that his family will also settle in Canada. If his family settles in Canada, he would plan to have kids or might have kids. If he has kids in the future, they won't possess the same cultural traits that he does. The reason is simple: cultural landscape. The cultural landscape plays a big role no matter how hard someone tries to pass on their values and beliefs. There will be some external force which will not let that happen. This is the photo of the Golden Temple which is located in Amritsar. In all the Gurudwaras which are located in India, the langar is served when all the people are sitting on the floor, and it can be said that this is a cultural trait. But here in Canada, when I went to a Gurdwara, I was shocked because there were tables where people were having langar, and despite of serving the langar by someone else, it was to be taken by themselves. What is clarified through this is that children with Indian ethnicity and who were born in Canada and who have never traveled to India do not practice the cultural traits which leads to cultural differences between generations. This example also can be related to me because I am an immigrant in Canada and I want to settle here with my family. If I have kids in future, they will be also not able to practice all the cultural traits which will lead to cultural differences. The other country which has been affected by overpopulation is China. There are a lot of immigration from China and the reason is overpopulation.
And the question arises, will it affect the culture? Yes, it surely will. As I don't belong from China, I cannot deductively say how it will affect the culture. But according to my rough idea, in China there is a culture of using China made apps and softwares. It is totally illegal to use WhatsApp, Instagram, FB in China, but when people migrate from China to other countries, suppose Canada, there are no such restrictions, which will surely develop culture differences in future generations. Finally, we have arrived at our last slide of conclusion. I would like to sum up in the end by saying that overpopulation acts as demon in hindering one's growth and opportunities. Immigration caused by overpopulation leads to distortion and hindrance in following of cultural norms and values, which ultimately leads to cultural differences between generations. Civilizations like the Olmec civilization, the Nabatean civilization has disappeared, and with them, their culture has disappeared as well. In the end, I would like to say that every culture is unique and we should try our best to save that culture. But by that, I don't mean we should not migrate because it causes culture differences. By this, I mean that we should put our best effort to save our culture. These are my references for the presentation, and thank you, Sharla, for giving me the opportunity to discuss about this wonderful topic. And as I said in the last slide, I will try my best to save my culture. Thank you.